to be here. I have to do this. I have to be at this point in my life. I should be here. Why am I not here? The time doesn't determine your value or your worth.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
And there are so many lessons, so much gained wisdom and experience and excitement and people that come in and out of your life if you're being present that you will notice.
Mm-hmm.
It's very interesting to me that so many people, they live over here
In the
or they live
past,
over here.
yeah, in the future.
But living here is what counts. And this is what's going to determine over here.
The future, yeah.
But cherish those moments, those relationships, those experiences that are happening now because they lead to something beautiful.
How are you? Hello.
Oh, how are you?
Very, very good. Very good. So happy to have you here, really.
Thank you. Happy to be here as well. This is a wonderful day, and I actually wished Cindy a happy birthday this morning since it's her birthday
Uh-huh.
and she introduced us. So very grateful for that as well.
Yes, I saw it. It's true. I was working until now. I wasn't able, but I saw it and I was going to write her. Yes, beautiful. Yes, very thankful for her.
Yes,
So,
she's a wonderful person. I
yes.
absolutely adore her. We clicked immediately.
Yes, who does not with Cindy? Cindy's very nice, very, very in her heart, very
Completely.
giving.
Yes, yes. I always like to gravitate toward people that are heart-centered.
Mm-hmm.
That's where it all comes from. It comes from the heart. We all have this big vessel in our bodies that can literally give and receive so much, but so many times we just, we don't trust it. So letting that lead the way is always a great idea.
Yes, well, we don't trust it or we don't hear it.
Oh yeah, been there. Or don't listen.
We don't listen. We don't listen. We hear it. Yes, you're right. We hear it, but we don't listen to it.
Yes, there's definitely a difference in hearing that pounding and paying attention to it and saying yes to it and instead of going, oh, I think my mind knows better, which we know is a lie because our mind plays the tricks on us.
Yes, yes. And especially afterwards when you have listened to the heart and you have followed it, then you understand that your mind is tricking you all the
Yes,
time.
yes, all the time, all the time, trying to protect you,
Yeah.
but in a way, self-sabotaging because
Mm,
of that protection.
mhm,
You just have to say no and silence that noise and just go for it. Lean into it and just let it flow. Letting go is a very big part of the journey. And I'm kind of a control person. So to let go of that and just be in that energy has been a beautiful, beautiful part of my journey as well.
And how did you manage to let go? Because
Oh, it
everyone
wasn't
has a
easy.
different everyone has a different story, no?
Yes, it definitely wasn't easy, but when I started realizing, doing the work myself is kind of how I got into my whole journey is
Mm-hmm.
going through that pain and
Mm-hmm.
allowing myself to feel that pain instead of suppressing it. That's when I started listening more to my heart and letting it heal. And you have to let all of that in and literally fight back with your brain and say, silent, you're not telling me the truth right now. I need to listen to my heart. And even though it's broken, maybe it's in
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
many, many pieces,
Yes.
it's trying to put itself back together. And you are not allowing it by trying to control it. Allow yourself to be, allow yourself to feel. And I was the queen of suppressing emotions, and
Mm-hmm.
I could feel myself being in a situation where the tears wanted to flow, which is,
Mm.
as we know, an excellent release.
Yes.
And I could just snuff them right back and bury them. And I buried them so much, they just kept piling up. And one day they just blew. And I couldn't control it anymore. And it was so much and it was so constant and it just wouldn't stop that I knew that there had to be a change. And so that's really where you learn to tune in to what's going on and allowing yourself to feel.
Mm.
All emotions are important, not just the
Mhm.
ones you like
Mhm.
or the ones you understand. I'm very good at excitement and I was very good at anger,
Yeah,
but feeling all the ones in between are the ones that show you the lessons. And that's how you heal. And when you start putting those pieces back together, you rebuild stronger
yeah.
and better and more clear. And you realize the need to control isn't helping anything.
Control, there's no way to control anything.
No, not at all. Absolutely not. It's an illusion.
It's an illusion. You think you're controlling because your mind is the one thinking you're controlling, but no way. There's no control.
No, but
No
it's
way.
that inner knowing. It's
Yes.
that inner knowing, that faith, that resilience, that charge that comes inside you that tells you there's another way.
Mm-hmm.
And when you let go of the control, you will
Yes.
see beyond your own imagination.
Yes. Yes. It opens all the opportunities, all the possibilities that you didn't even think about because this is limitation. Your mind is
Yes,
limitation.
I am literally living proof of this because as soon
Yeah.
as I let go of all
Mm-hmm.
the things I thought that I was doing,
Mm-hmm.
I thought that I needed, I thought that I had to have the path that I had to be on, the timeline, the roles, all of it, all of these amazing people, places, things, opportunities showed up. And I was like, this is incredible. And I was able to do things I never imagined I would do or could
Mm-hmm.
do.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to stop saying, I can't do that. I'm that's not me. I don't know how to do
Mm.
that. That putting those limitations on myself. And when I said, you know what, just go for it. Give it a try. See what happens. You're either going to dive into something spectacular or you're going to learn a really powerful lesson that you needed to learn.
Yes. Yes, it's this when life brings you something, no? You're certain at a certain point in time you see yourself somewhere and you say, what am I doing here? Just continue. Because as you are there, it's for you to grow or to open up an opportunity you didn't see.
Absolutely. I'm a big believer in that. I'm kind of a speedy person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always, I just have a lot of energy and I move very quickly. And there was a day I was driving and I kept getting these roadblocks. I kept getting stuck and
Mm-hmm.
stopped. And normally I would freak out, right? You're in the car and
Yeah.
you're like, why is this happening? Where are we going? Like, why is this taking so long? But I stopped in that and I paused in it and I go, what am I supposed to see here?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There is a knowing I've been put in the spot for a reason. I'm being tested because I need to see something that I wouldn't see had I been rushing.
Yes. Yes. Totally true. Yes. And many times I also say when that happens, it says, okay, I didn't have to be where I thought had to be in a certain time because it wasn't the time for me to be there.
The timeline is irrelevant,
Yes.
right? It's irrelevant.
Yes. Yes.
It's
Completely.
not our timing that we
No,
think it is on a
no,
regular
no,
basis.
no, no, not at all. In anything, not in the driving and not in the what we think we should be doing in a certain point in time for our projects, for our work. No, no, no. That's what you think.
I've
But
I've
no.
seen it. I've seen it. I've worked with a lot of younger people that get really caught up in I'm supposed to be here
Mm-hmm,
at this
mm-hmm.
age. And I'm like, that is completely irrelevant. Your timeline is not determined by your merit. It is not determined by the things that you have been told
Mm-hmm.
you need to be at a certain point. It happens when it's meant to. And once you wrap your head around that, you can let go of the control
Yes.
completely
Yes.
and stop pushing yourself into places with people and things that you are not meant to be in.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I got myself in a ton of situations that I shouldn't have been in because I was forcing the timeline.
Yes.
I have to be here. I have to do this. I have to be at this point in my life. I should be here. Why am I not here? The time doesn't determine your value or your worth.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
And there are so many lessons, so much gained wisdom and experience and excitement and people that come in and out of your life if you're being present that you will notice.
Yes, such a beautiful gifts and surprises. I say every moment is a surprise. No, so be now. Every moment is an expansion. So be now.
I love
Because you
that.
never know. You never know. And it's so beautiful just to live moment by moment, no, in the now. Because it's what you're saying. So many gifts come to you that you usually won't be able to notice because you are thinking on the next step and you're not here, no, so you're not seeing the people around you, you're not listening to what they're saying to you in that moment, you're not observing the nature, you are not living. It's
Yeah.
really incredible, and then everything changes, no, because at the end, if you're observing the outside, you're observing also the inside. So you're listening to your heart, you're following your heart. So it's like what we said before, it's really taking you where it's for you to be.
Yes. We get so caught up
Mm-hmm.
in over here,
Yes.
in the future. This
Yes.
is what's going to happen in the future, and I'm going to do all these things for the future that we miss out on what's right in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
And that's those present moments are what changes everything. Because what you're not realizing when you're thinking about over here,
Mm-hmm.
we don't know when or if we are going to be lucky enough
Yeah.
to be over here.
Yeah.
So why are you missing out on everything in between?
Mm-hmm.
It's very interesting to me that so many people, they live over here
In the
or they live
past,
over here.
yeah, in the future,
But living here is what counts. And this is what's going to determine over here.
the future, yeah.
But cherish those moments, those relationships, those experiences that are happening now because they lead to something beautiful. And I know for my own purpose of, being stuck and I was, trapped in a zone for a very long time, I'm not going to miss out on living anymore.
Mm-hmm. Neither. Yeah.
And I'm going to live here with the hope I will get here,
Mm-hmm. Or
but
somewhere
also
better.
exactly, exactly. Better than I've ever even imagined, better
Yeah,
than I've dreamed, that expansion.
yeah, but in the future,
And in the future.
somewhere that's
Absolutely.
continue living. Yeah.
Absolutely. That all those dreams can happen. But the dream of living is actually reality now.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
make that count every second, every day. Cherish it because it is a beautiful thing that we take for granted and that we forget on a regular basis because we get caught up in the things. We
Yes.
get caught up in the doing and the things and the movement and the time. Time is the most amazing currency that we forget.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. It's well, you see it in many people when they are going to die, they say, I wish I would have lived, no, and cherished each of the moments I had.
Yeah,
And why do we have to wait until then if we can do it now? And also, in addition, we never know what's going to happen next. So really cherish every moment today,
exactly.
now.
I
Enjoy
love
it
that.
and expand yourself, nurture yourself.
Yes. Expand, experience,
Mm-hmm.
try, explore,
Yes.
love hard and often,
Mm-hmm.
and say what you
Open,
have to say.
open.
Very open. Don't hold back because why not?
Yes, and you always can say things beautifully, and everyone, anyone will appreciate it if it comes from the heart.
Exactly.
Whatever you say, if it comes from the heart, it will be okay. say with love.
Absolutely. The thing that we forget because we get stuck in our own stuff
Mm-hmm.
is that other people are stuck in their stuff too.
Yes.
And you can hear the past in them if you're listening. Give them the reassurance and the love that they needed to hear in that moment. Because you never know who needed to hear that today.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ignore it. Don't hold yourself back from it. If you have something that could change someone's life in your own wisdom, in your own voice, in your own heart, let it out. It's not going to hurt anything,
Mm-mm.
but it could make something extremely better.
Yes. Yes. It's a gift you can give. Yeah. It's what this is what I say now about co-creation. It's the giving and receiving. As you are giving, if you're not holding back, you're giving someone something, but you also, as you are saying it, open-hearted, you're receiving
Oh,
with
absolutely.
smile, or even not a smile, but you said it, you feel okay, you feel happy, you feel open-hearted, you feel wow, nurtured. So it's really, it comes back to you. It comes
Which
back
is
to you.
amazing.
Just this
That
feeling.
was something that was hard for me was receiving. I'm very good at
Hmm.
giving, and I was
Yes.
giving, but receiving was difficult.
It's, yeah.
And now, once you let it in, it changes everything.
Yes.
When you are allowing yourself to receive, there's a wave that comes over you. And the co-creation that you're talking about with coming together, as
Hmm.
I say these words, I feel them because they mean something to me.
Hmm.
And if I can help someone else hear these words and it changes things for them and they expand and evolve and explore and open their heart, then that's a gift for me.
Hmm. Hmm. 100%. 100%. It's this open heartedness, no, wholeheartedness. Or it's this really this giving and receiving. As you open your heart, you automatically receive. Because one thing, Claudia, when you were mentioning before, no, me too. I wasn't. I was a giver, no, and I lost myself in the giving. No, so I didn't know. We are many. I didn't know who I was. No?
Mm-hmm.
So, and later on, also with the social enterprise projects and all those in the community I had, I was giving, giving, giving. But in one point, I understood co-creation, no? That when you give from the heart, you receive in the same manner. So it's really a dancing in harmony.
It's
From
beautiful.
it's a giving and receiving, this infinite loop of giving and receiving. That's co-creation. Because collaboration could be since it comes from the doing, it could be a giving, 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 and you're depleting yourself
Mm,
because you're adjusting to others, you're giving, you're supporting, you're there for them, but you're not there for yourself. And in the giving of co-creation, which is then the equals receiving, is this I am here for myself, no, and I give because it nurtures me. So I give because I receive instant in the same instant. So it's really this dance of giving and receiving that it's equal. And we learned to give in that way of depletion for others. So we really learned, as we learned so many things, from to live from the external to the internal, not from the outside in. And this giving, it comes from the heart, no? So it's this inside out. And as it is inside out, it comes in.
yes.
So it's just giving, it's at the same time they're receiving.
It's beautiful that you pictured it with dancing because it
Hmm.
makes complete sense to me. And you're right, if you are constantly depleting, you are taking from your own self-love.
Yes.
But if you are open to receiving, and that's an affirmation that you can literally say to help you do it, it will allow that energy to flow. It will allow that heart to expand. And it will keep those walls from coming back up. Because what happens if you're constantly giving, but you're not allowing yourself to receive, you build protection around your heart
Mm-hmm.
because it has
Yes.
to do with your own worth of thinking you're not worthy to receive, which is not true. And then what happens? You deplete, you deplete, you deplete, you lead to burnout, you lead to, you know, emotions that are all over the place, and there becomes a lot of pain. And then the heart closes. And when it closes, you wall yourself up
Yes.
in protection, where actually you're hurting yourself by doing that.
Yes.
There are going to be painful moments that are going to happen to your heart, but they will allow you to expand. But if you close yourself off from that, you will never allow yourself to experience. And even though not all of those experiences are great, they're teaching you something.
Mm-hmm. They're always, yeah, they're always there to grow. And it's even sometimes when you have those experiences, it's like you were saying at the beginning, um, when you have those experiences that you are hurt or that the heart is broken, the heart even speaks louder.
Yes.
So it's really giving you such an information that is vital for you to expand. So if you listen to it, you will get out of where you are, um, through this guidance that at the end grows you so much that you look back and you say, "Oh, thank you. I would go through that again and again
Yes.
and again."
When you get to that point where you can be grateful
Hmm.
for the pain,
Yes.
that's growth. And I get exactly what you're saying. When you go through those moments, all of those moments that broke me rebuilt me better,
Hmm.
got me to where I am now. Had I not experienced those moments, I wouldn't be able to relate as well to people. I wouldn't be able to share because I kept myself locked up in a vault,
Yeah.
afraid to be vulnerable. But that vulnerability is your greatest teacher, it's your greatest strength, and it will connect you to yourself, to people who were meant to be in your life, and to more opportunity and abundance.
Hmm.
It's just letting that energy happen. Again, letting go of the control.
Hmm. Yeah, with the limitation of the mind.
Yes,
The
yes.
limitation of the mind. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because yeah, there's no better knowing. There's no knowing other than the heart knowing. Let's say. Now, is this what you were saying also?
Yeah.
This I know, and you cannot explain it. You cannot explain it because you know, but not from the mind. There's no logic behind it. There's just an inner knowing, and then you follow this inner knowing, then
Anything's
everything,
possible.
yeah,
Mhm.
everything is all right. Everything is all right, and even better because you didn't even imagine about that.
The only limitations we have are the ones we put on ourselves
Mm-hmm.
from that external that you were
Yeah.
talking about, as opposed to listening from that internal. We're the ones who are telling ourselves we can't. We're the ones who are telling ourselves we're not good enough. We're the ones that are telling ourselves it's not right, don't do it. The ability to try and to have the capability is beyond measure. Let go of the outcome
Mm-hmm.
and
Let go
think
of
of
the
it as
outcome.
an experience
Yes.
that will change everything.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at what can I experience from this, as opposed to, well, if I'm not going to be this or I'm not going to be here, then why should I do it? That is a limitation.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I always say that it's aligned to what you're saying, just with other words. No, it's this explore, experience, and practice. So the
Yes.
practice is the try, the experience is the experience, and the exploration is this go beyond the edge, go to beyond the edge, and just experience, because there's so many things like what we're talking now. No, be open-hearted, be in your heart, listen to your heart. People say, aha, very nice, but my mind is
Sure.
here and I don't understand what you're saying, no? Because we had the experience. So it's really experiencing, it's what makes you knowing,
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
because the mind is not able to grasp it. And like you were saying, it's really protecting ourselves, which is limiting ourselves. But if you jump to the edge, because you have an intuition that is telling you something, just listen to the intuition, explore, no? So jump, experience what happened afterwards, and practice that.
Yes, the practice is your key in there.
Mm-hmm.
That's the action step.
Yes, that's the action
Because if
step.
you do these things and you get to the point where you did it the one time and then you're like,
Ah.
well, you have to keep going. It's just
Mm.
like with anything that you're trying to learn, you didn't finish the race on the first day. You trained for it. You ate right. You exercised, you strengthened. It's the same thing. Your heart is a muscle. It's an organ, but it's a muscle. You have
Mm-hmm.
to strengthen the muscle,
Mm-hmm.
but keep experiencing and exploring and digging in and asking questions because you will eventually get the answer. But if you quit, you're going to still be in the same place you've been. You have to take the action step no matter what with anything that you're doing, or it's just a dream.
Right. Just a dream, yes. Yes,
I would
beautifully
rather have
said.
my dreams become reality personally.
Yes, me too. And I've learned to take action, to respond, not to the intuition, to the heart through practice, like
Responding is a
everyone.
good word.
Yes, responding.
Reacting is what normally
Yeah,
happens.
triggered
And reacting
reaction.
is ego, has
Mm-hmm.
nothing to do with your heart. You
No.
need to respond and adjust
Yes.
and move forward.
Yes.
But if you get caught in react mode,
Mm-hmm. No, it's the mind.
you're not going anywhere. You're not doing anything. And you end up hurting yourself and possibly others, blowing an opportunity, disheartening with a relationship, disconnecting because you let your reaction get in the way. So if you feel yourself reacting, awareness is key. Catch yourself in it and pause, breathe, think about it, go do something else, transfer the energy somewhere else, and it will subside. And then you can be clear. And when you're clear, then you can move forward. But if you react to something,
Mm-hmm.
it's usually not going to be good.
Mm-mm.
And now you have damage control because now you have to fix things because you reacted instead of just giving yourself grace and responding to
Yes. And the response is that, then what you said, the pausing. So important to pause. And it's where you and I have been on this doing, 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 because we have to do, do, do. There's no pause in there. There's just, I have to, I have to, and I have to.
it. Hmm.
So it's the learning to pause. It's the learning to pause to be able to respond. Because when you pause, pause means I don't have anything to do. I'm okay. No, I don't have any idea. I don't know my next steps. So pause, read a book, paint, do something, just, and it can last many weeks.
Yes, it doesn't always happen in 10 minutes.
No, no. But once you get an intuition, because you know the intuition that comes in, you respond to it
Mhm.
through the action of responding and doing, no, creating through that. And then you experience, and you will see that it will be amazing, because you never would have thought of this idea and this step.
Oh, because you're trying to force it. And when
Mm-hmm.
you try to force it, you're going to enter resistance. And not
Yes.
the good kind of resistance. That's like, sit in this for a minute and feel it. Whenever I get in that stuck position and I pause, I mostly love to go for a walk, but I get out of whatever I'm doing. I
Mm-hmm.
walk away from it. Whatever is happening, I'm going to put it down and I'm going to walk away from it because otherwise I'm just going to stew in it.
Yeah.
If you get out of your head and you get into your body, there's a shift. And that's why I usually go for a walk, because as soon as I get away from it and then I'm being present and I'm noticing what's around me and I'm feeling that joy, boom, the answer comes immediately. And I go, there it is. That's what I was trying to force out of my head that I knew was in there, but I couldn't figure it out. But that took how much more time? Where if you would just put it down and walk away from it, go do something else that brings you joy, put on your favorite song and dance it out, walk around the block, go be with your loved ones, whatever it is that makes you feel joy, it will come flooding in. And you won't have to have gone through all of that mess of
Yes.
stress and pain and frustration and anger and doubting yourself because you just put it down. And you're sitting there trying to force it to happen. And now it's taking way longer and you still haven't figured it out. And now you're
Mm-hmm.
more stressed out and more frustrated. Where if you would have just let it be, it would show up. And it would show up in the right way because you were in the right frame of mind to
Mm-hmm.
receive it.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, because not only sometimes not only happens that you are there thinking nothing comes, is that you actually are doing something, because your mind gave a solution to it, which isn't the right solution. So you go against the wall, and then you're back a little bit further away, and again thinking and thinking what you are going to do next, instead of what you're saying. Let it be, just go out of it, and listen.
It's like a board game. When you're playing
Mm,
a board game and you draw the card and you were ahead and now you're two steps
yeah.
back, you did that.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Because you
Yes.
had to
100%.
win. You just had to win. Put it down. I had that conversation with my little niece. She likes winning, and so she cheats. And so
Uh-huh.
she does whatever. She changes the rules so she can win. And I said, you don't always get to win.
Mm-hmm.
And
Important.
she's
Yeah.
like, well, why not? And I said, because sometimes it's someone else's turn to win, and we celebrate them,
Mm-hmm. Nice.
and then we win together.
Yes.
She didn't get it. She's 8. She said, I still like to win. I go, you're going to remember this one day. But I get it
True.
because I've been there. So I was like, okay, yet again, saying these words isn't always helping someone else in that moment because it may not be their time to hear it,
Yeah.
but it'll stick with them.
Mm-hmm.
But it may have been your moment because maybe you were saying that for yourself as well
Mm-hmm.
as a reminder.
Yeah. Yes. It's always relationships are always our mirrors.
Yeah.
When
Your
we are at the
relationships,
heart, also
your
when we are.
relationships can be your Achilles heel. They can step in and they can swoop you up
Mm-hmm.
and they can make you forget things, but maybe you don't need to forget all the things.
Mm-hmm.
You're lost in again the fantasy of over
Yes.
here
Yeah.
instead of being
Expectation.
present here. And that's a hard nut to crack. I mean, I can't help it. I'm a dreamer, so I have a tendency to float over here, but I have to, pull myself back in and go, let's be present.
Mm-hmm.
These are possibilities, and I'm
Yes.
definitely open to them. But I
Yes.
also want to make sure I'm here in this moment.
Yes. What I do is that I have visions.
Mm.
They're very broad, the vision is the vision of the new earth is co-created by true leadership. So love, uniqueness, and co-creation, and freedom. So it's a vision. How I get there, I respond, no,
Yeah.
intuition and what they get. But when I see myself putting an expectation, I say, no, 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 no.
Yes.
That's an expectation. I will take it out. My vision is this one, and I walk towards that in the now. So really here, I really don't know what I will be doing. I really don't know what I will be labeled or so, but I'm here and I'm happy here.
Hmm.
And I'm walking towards that vision. So
Yeah.
that belief, let's say, it's a belief. A vision is this belief, no? And this through my emotions and my thinking, I walk towards that belief, no?
Yes. I agree with that. I'm glad that you brought
Belief.
up expectations because expectations will ruin things.
Mm-hmm.
They take the joy
Yes.
because then they go back to fear and failure.
Yes. Yes.
And your expectations of building up this is what it could be isn't the dream. It isn't the vision. It's the control.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we're back at the control. The control is at the root of
Mm-hmm.
everything.
Well, because we were taught so much about controlling.
Mhm. We have to let go of the outcome. It just will ruin the moment.
Mm-hmm. Yes. But it's a pity because you hear that every time in leadership trainings, or I don't know, universities, or at social entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship, have an outcome, have a goal, set a goal, walk towards the goal. No, because if you want to be innovative, no, innovation comes from the heart.
Mm,
Why? Because when you are in your heart, you become unique, that which you are already are.
exactly.
No, you take out everything, and your gifts come up, and your skills and everything, because you are exploring, experiencing, practicing. So you discover, uncover things, your true potential. Like you always you say also true potential. So it's really this uniqueness comes up, and if uniqueness comes up, what comes up? Innovation, because
Yeah.
uniqueness is only
Yes.
one uniqueness. So innovation comes through that.
I like the word idea.
Mm-hmm.
Replace the word goal with idea. I was a person
Mm-hmm.
who always had a goal. There wasn't a goal I didn't like, and I climbed and
Mm-hmm.
climbed and climbed and climbed and climbed and climbed. And then I was like, well, now what?
Mm.
When you are so focused on the goal, you lose out on what happens in between.
Yes.
Again, it goes back to being
Yeah.
present. But if you have an idea and
Mm-hmm.
a belief, it allows you to experience, explore, and tap into that creativity to be unique,
Yeah.
which will set you apart from anyone and anything else. It goes into heart centered leadership. It goes into effective communication. It goes into allowing people to speak freely. Tapping into that vulnerability is all the formula.
Mm-hmm.
Make that idea come to life as opposed to just driven by the goal.
Yes.
Because the goal is going to change on the path,
Mm-hmm.
but the
Yes.
idea is the same.
Mm-hmm.
The idea is the purpose.
Yes. The idea is wider, and it comes from you, no? It comes from the inside out.
Absolutely. The goal
It's,
becomes the limitation.
yeah, the goal is the mind. It's this little
Right.
point.
It's exactly. You're making it smaller than it could be because of the goal. But if you have an idea with steps
Mm-hmm.
to help you create bringing the idea to fruition, it changes the mindset of a goal to a path to a purpose.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it cuts out the limitation, it cuts out the fear, and it cuts out the I didn't get there. I'm not good enough. I'm not, again, worthy. It takes away all of that noise we put on ourselves, and it allows us to get excited about the path and seeing it coming to life and coming together. And what happens when you walk down a path? You might be having a destination,
Mm-hmm.
going from here to there, but what are all the other things that happen on the path? People on the path, there's animals on the path, there's sunlight on the path, there's rain on the path, there's a puddle on the path, there's a block in the path. All of these things are experiences. But if you have tunnel vision and you can only see this,
Jesus.
you're missing out on an
Yeah.
education. You're missing out on a part of you didn't know was there. You're missing out on gratitude, which adds to expansion.
Mm-hmm. 100%. 100%.
And connection is a part of that as well.
Mm-hmm.
If you're so driven by the goal, you're missing out on life.
Yes.
And I've been there, so I understand this.
Yeah, me too.
And I
And you
won't
know
do
what it
that
is.
again.
No.
And I know a lot of that for me came from guilt.
Mm,
This is where
mm,
you need to be. This is what you should be doing.
mm.
You'll get to that stuff later.
Yeah.
Well, a big part of my life now is fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Joy.
not going to miss out on being in the fun zone with people who I love, who bring me joy because I'm trying to get over here. I'm not doing that again.
Yeah. Me neither. Me neither. So it's so liberating today, to
Oh.
live in joy, in expansion, in love, in freedom, in yes, in such a expansive state in every moment. And it's so beautiful, and it's so beautiful to be able to have conversations like this with you, to connect with
Hmm.
you, with your heart.
Oh,
So
yeah.
connecting with you is connecting with your heart.
Agreed. I agree. This has been wonderful. The more we've been talking to each other, the more I see us both lighting up.
Yeah.
That inner light is just pouring out, and we're charged. And it's so cool to be able to do that just by being with someone who brings that out of you. Because there
Hmm.
are people in this world that are going to bring your heart to the surface.
Yes. Yes. As soon as you meet them, like you today. It's from the
And
beginning,
you.
you're very,
Yes.
thank you, beautiful. From the beginning, you're very enthusiastic, very, very cheerful, very, well, love, very open. And it's so beautiful to have had such a beautiful heart-to-heart conversation and
Yes.
connection. And
Yes.
conversation is
Yes.
more, it's connection. It's really this that you have to experience. No, it's this giving and receiving, this dance,
Yes, we're dancing. I love
this
it.
dance and this this dance and this yeah, nurturing and
Yes.
expansion. And that's now with you, but we can have it in any moment if we live in our heart.
Yes. And I think it's important to know everybody's been on the other side of that.
Yes.
Everybody's been in the dark, stuck,
Hmm.
solitude side. But when you allow yourself to receive and you let that heart be open, everything becomes magic.
Hmm. Hmm. People, I quote, like I put, uh, like people change. No, no. At the beginning, at the end, it's you are changing, and
Mm.
hence people are changing. But
Yes.
because you are seeing them in a different way, with love, from a different perspective, no, so they are changing. But in reality, it's you are changing.
Yeah. And it's coming outward.
Yeah.
And it affects everyone else. It's just
Yes,
like
yes, yes.
who is extremely negative and someone who's extremely positive. You can change
Mm-hmm.
your environment and the people that you are around, but it's coming from you and what you're
Mm-hmm.
putting out.
Yes. From who you are
Choose love, choose happiness, choose joy.
and be it.
Exactly. Embody,
Embody that.
even when it's hard.
Even if it's hard, yeah. Then even stronger, because then your mindset changes immediately and you everything around you changes. When you are stuck in something, no, when you are seeing yourself angry, it's good, like you were saying, okay, I see I'm angry, why I'm angry, okay, I let it go. But I know I'm going out of it. I'm changing. Just the observation makes you
Yeah.
change your angriness.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, awareness. And you're allowing yourself to feel all the feels, not
Mm-hmm.
just,
Everything. No,
it's not realistic to say you're always going to be happy and cheery. There's
no.
going to be things that are going to make you sad or angry or hurt or dismay, but it's how you navigate through that. And the best thing that you can do is allow yourself to feel it. Because
Mm-hmm.
once you allow yourself to feel it, you can let it go.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But if you don't allow yourself to feel it, it's just going to keep coming up like
It's in
somebody
there.
tapping you on the shoulder,
Yes.
and that will close your heart.
Yes. And it generates sickness and all those things, no, when you keep them inside with a closed
Negative
heart.
blocks in the body,
Yeah.
absolutely. Hmm.
Trauma and all those things. Yeah.
Feel
Mm.
it, be able to release it so that
Yes.
you can make room for more.
Yes. Beautiful, Claudia. I'm honored. I love you. I
I
appreciate
love you.
you. I really.
Thank you.
I'm yes, a very, very beautiful connection, heartfelt connection. You're an amazing soul. Very shiny. Very,
I
very
received that.
shiny. Yeah,
I am shiny.
you are shiny.
I will take that. I will receive that as well. I adore you. You are just full of love. I
Thank
experience
you.
it just from seeing you and talking to you and hearing you,
Thank
and
you.
I'm grateful to have been here. So thank you.
Yes, and for more. Love you.
Absolutely. This is not the end of this
No.
conversation. No.